Hello people, this is Ita Benson, and this is just a short video to talk about the COVID test charges at the Kotoka International Airport. You all know a lot of people have complained about the high exorbitant charge of $150 being taken at the Kotoka International Airport upon arrival and during departure. As usual, as you all know, this government has turned deaf ears to the cries of poor people who have stated that they cannot even come home because they don't have that kind of money to pay upon arrival and departure. Just a brief history about the company taking the money. This company was registered on June 3rd, 2020 in the notorious tax haven Dominica, and then was subsequently registered also in Ghana, and it was incorporated on June 3rd, 2020. It is alleged that this company is owned by a Nigerian, and most of the work at the airport is done by staff of Noguchi and nurses from the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, RICH. And these staff are supervised by Nigerians. So you have Ghanaian workers taking the test and collecting the monies, but being supervised by Nigerians because the company belongs to Nigerians. The contract to this company was awarded on July 21st, 2020, 40 days before the president opened the borders. 40 days before the president opened the borders, the president awarded this contract to this company. And this company was incorporated on June 3rd, 2020. As you can see, this private Nigerian company was brought in specifically to do this job, and Noguchi was sidelined. Now, let's come to the cost of testing. Ghana is charging $150 for arrival and for departure. You have Germany charging $70. You have India charging $7. You have Turkey charging $16. You have Malaysia charging $28. You have Djibouti charging $28. And the people are saying that $150 is just too much. It's just too much. They cannot pay it. In spite of all the protests and complaints, government is not doing anything about the fees. I personally went through the airport and I paid $150. When I was coming from where I came from, I paid $0. It was free. So I did not pay anything for my COVID test to get on the plane. And then when you get to Ghana, you pay $150 for a COVID test that you have already done in under 72 hours. And yet they tell us that the virus takes 14 days. So in 72 hours that I have already conducted a test, which was negative, in less than 14 days, in 3 days, I have to pay another $150 for a test that I don't really need because I've already done it and it cost me $0. So as you can see, there's a lot of duplicity. You do the test in less than 72 hours. You get here, you have to pay $150 to do it again. We are not saying that we don't want to do the test when we get here. What we are saying is that the amount involved, it's just too much. $150 is a lot of money. Imagine a family of 4 coming in. Father, mother, 2 kids coming in. That is $600. And when they are going back, that is another $600. That is $1,200 for a COVID test for a family of 4. There are people who went out there to work, and because of COVID, most people have lost their jobs. So yes, this is not an NDC MPP issue. This is about the Ghanaian. $150 is too much. And we don't even know where the money is going to. A Nigerian company, First Atlantic, is a company bank collecting the fees. Why didn't they give their contract to Ghana Commercial Bank so that at least Ghana Commercial Banks makes profit out of it? Why didn't they give the collection of the funds to NIB? You have killed all the Ghanaian banks, and now you are helping the Nigerian banks to grow against your own local banks. And my question is, we've killed our own banks, we've dissolved our own banks, and we are helping the Nigerian banks to grow. Why was the collection not given to Ghana Commercial Bank? Chop chop, right? This is not about MPP or NDC. This is about the Ghanaian. You know, so you have people supporting government because it is their party, and they see nothing wrong with it because they have not really thought about the implication of paying so much for a COVID test for a family. They see it as just $150 for one person. If you don't want to pay, stay where you are or shut up. That is not the issue. It goes beyond that. So if you have 500 passengers coming in a day, times $150, that's $75,000 a day. Times 7 days, that's $525,000 a week. Times 4, that's $2.1 million a month. Somebody has become a millionaire through COVID. And it is a private company that is registered in Dominica that belongs to a Nigerian that we do not know, and nobody is accountable to the Ghanaian. But we are being asked to pay that money to this Alata person. Now this calculation is just for arrival, and it's a raw figure of 500 passengers a day. And we get more than 500 passengers a day because even BA alone takes more than 200 passengers. And we have BA, we have all the other Brussels, we have Delta, we have all of them coming in. So definitely it's more than 500 passengers a day. And this is just for arrival. We have not calculated departure yet. So calculate, even with my 500 calculation, passengers a day calculation, times departure. That's 4.2 million that this Nigerian company is making. We don't know who is collecting it. We don't know how it's being used. We know is that a company is registered in Dominica and nobody can ask questions. There's no accountability. No accountability. And even though people have cried out and said they cannot pay because it's too much, it's not that they are unwilling to pay, but they do not have the money. Imagine someone who has lost the mother coming home with the kids to do funeral, having to pay maybe $600 or $750 with the whole family just to come and bury their mother. Because the reason why I'm saying this is that people think that when you buy a ticket to come to Ghana, you are coming on holiday. People have various reasons for coming, and if they can avoid it, they would not spend money to get on a plane to come. So if you have a problem at home and you're coming to solve, then you have to make sure that at least you have, if it's a family, you have another $1,000 for a COVID test. So for those of you rich people who think that $150 is nothing and we should just shut up, suck up and pay, it's not as easy as that. Think deeper and do the calculation and think about families, not just one person. If it's me, I'll pay $150. But there are poor people who cannot pay, who are stranded. I know people don't care because it's their party in power. But you see, there are people out there who don't have a voice. Some of us who speak up for them. So I'm speaking up for those mothers who have been detained at Kotoka with their babies, sleeping on chairs and on floors because they cannot afford $150. Those of you who can afford it, go ahead and pay. But we will not shut up, we will speak up.
I'm penny for you, Mama. Ye pamacho enro 9 o'clock ene bedru Kotoka International Airport. Ebinsu bedru anopa 5:30. Baby idea my ye dani free enro abepem samri. Enro afri anopa ni na yedidi once. Eya anajo. Ebisam said that ben yeko quarantine ya ye see any scared be quarantine because omo ni scam be quarantine because ye into $150. Ye nema negu hano. 1 month baby ni and I a painful ne ayare for mobi ayare no operation e wo mubi baby ayedani yedabremu nya.
Anyway, I know people don't care,